Hey, what's up? Dilio coming to you. All right, let's talk about it. We still can do note articulations for us mere mortals who don't have the MPC Live III. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to really pretty much do it in the software right now because I don't have a camera to show my hardware, but I'm going to come back and do another video with the hardware. But this will kind of show you. So let's listen to what I got. You know, it's the automatic thing you're going to do with this. Okay, so let's look at what we got. So as you know in the past, and I gotta use the screen, and I don't even know if it'll show the mouse. Okay, it'll show the mouse. So inside of the screen right here, I have a drum track. I got a kick right there, snare right there, a flammed snare right there. We got a hi-hat. Now I copied and pasted this whole hi-hat across 6 pads so I could get those multiple articulations inside of the pad. So if you press the pad there, you got one basic pad. I'll just put the same one with one of those articulations. We got the buzz right there on this pad, right there. And you can actually access these by going to the 16 levels. And in the 16 levels, you can do articulations in there because each 16 levels does give you a different articulation. However, I don't think you can choose which articulations they are. Kind of a bummer right there, but it still kind of gets you into the ballpark without having the MPC Live III software. So let's look at how we select these different articulations, right? So I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to edit the preset, and it's right here in articulations. Let me see if I can move my screen out of the way for you so that you can kind of see what we got going on here, right? So I'm just going to do one of these like that. Boom. And I should be straight if I could just move my screen over out of your way. All right, so when you go to edit your pad, there's a section called articulations right here, and you can select different articulations. So what I did was I just copied and pasted that same pad, and each individual pad has different articulations. Some you have to hold down, some you can just tap, hold it down for a note repeat. So now you can have the same hat. I can have the hat on pad 3 and then have one that's doing that on pad 15. Same sample, and so you're not able to create different stuff. So now what I'm going to do is create like maybe a different kind of loop right there. And so I could just kind of rotate. Right, and I'm just really sequencing between those different pads. So let's see if it'll highlight what I got going on right there so you can kind of see it a little bit better. Because I know I don't have the hardware. No, people want to see the hardware at work. I'll probably come back and do another video with that. All right, so let's let it ride. And I'm just going to just play with it. Have fun with it, selecting different pads. And you know the MPC will quantize what you're doing. And I'm overproducing it so you can hear the effect. That's the kind of thing. It's to kind of get you into the realm of the FL Studio hi-hats. And then over here on the snare, I can then bring it out. Yeah, there we go. So I have the same sample on 2 different pads, right? So I can hit the snare on pad 2 and then copy it to pad 10 and edit the preset, go to effects. On the second tab of the effects, you can add a flam there. So now I could then produce with that. So and of course, if you want to mix your pads to kind of make them less intrusive, you can always hit the double tap mix on the key 61 and just bring those bad boys down because they can kind of get a little annoying to the ear. And this is a cool effects. Now you can bring them down, let them sit in the mix a little bit better. And so that's my first video about no articulations. You're watching Dilio T2K YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next video.